The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This will be taken short. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, here's Ryan. He's going to sling this and got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 43 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 38. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, Cook. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Third down, Dalvin Cook, able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll toss it to Coleman. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of
blitz coming, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this.
And he's going to go down again. Eric Kendricks in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Here's Ryan. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sheldon Richardson getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Charles, as Minnesota takes the field here, let me get your thoughts on what you think of them coming down the stretch. The 1-3 start. We talked about their start last year, too. But is this a team that is being overlooked by others in the NFL right now?
I don't think so. I think that the teams that they're playing know how capable the Vikings are, and they realize that not only is the defense starting to get back to what they were last season, but that Kirk Cousins is getting more and more comfortable with the weapons he has at his disposal. I think maybe we in the media on the outside are overlooking them a little bit because they've taken some losses to some significant teams so far this season. But I think down the stretch, you mentioned their start.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Let's go, D. 22!
Here's Coleman. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
54, South!
On second down, Ryan looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Eric Kendricks in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Hey, wait. Go!
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Again, this is Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Hey, receiver. Hey, receiver. Go ahead.
To throw, Cousins. Eluding, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vic Beasley able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. You know, Charles, it is hard to believe that we are sitting on the doorstep of Thanksgiving week. Already that time of year, but it always gives us good football. One of the games on Thanksgiving, Chicago and Detroit, that'll get the party started at 12:30 Eastern.
One of the traditional games, Detroit hosting, Dallas hosting, but in this case, we will stay in the Motor City. And this is the longest-running annual series in the NFL. A lot of people think about Detroit and Green Bay or Chicago and Green Bay. It's Detroit and Chicago. They've met at least once a year since 1930, 178 times total, and they just met 2 weeks ago in Chicago and going to do it again.
Hey, Tuesday.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 52 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. More from Minneapolis after this. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Rose.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Flushed out right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
We're going. We're going. Let's go. Rhino.
Cousins on first down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Flush to his right. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's Cousins. He finds a man with a crossing route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. A first down throw for Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Hey, steamer. Lucky 50.
Again, it's Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, as the first half is winding down, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken short. He gets away from one. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. But the way they've been playing recently, they put everything on the offense and just asking the defense to do just enough. And the offense is really giving them great play because Matt Ryan can throw to Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, the rookie Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith running it and catching it. They're starting to put up points in big numbers and making people chase them each and every game.
And they may want to start to pad some wins now because 3 of their last 4 in the regular season are on the road, including trips to Green Bay and Carolina. Now Ryan on second down. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
All right, now here we go, oh. Let's go, let's go. Hey, 382, Liz, 50. Hey, time.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, Steamer.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Yellow, ready, in there, yellow. Yellow. Hey, Clipper.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And past the 30, down to about the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Lucky 50.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Gun. Here we go.
To throw on second down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, 66 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And here comes Diggs. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Hey, with that incompletion, time to have some fun. I want to know, at the Davis household, who carves the turkey?
Well, certainly not me.
Well, I knew that.
I can tell you that. But let's just switch it. Who cares who carves the turkey? I want to know what you're going to be knocking down on your plate on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, definitely turkey. Now, my mom's corn and green bean casserole, while it may not sound overly appetizing, is out of this world. And her sweet potato casserole, second to none.
So, I should be making my plans to fill a seat at the Garden household?
You're more than welcome.
Because I think my household may kick me out.
What's your favorite? What's on your plate?
I'm telling you, when you throw the yams at me.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Daniil Hunter in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. On first down, Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's going to go up top. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes.
partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They start the drive with Cook. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
We got 3 down. Here we go, all. Black, E2. Black.
Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try.
Wide.
Now a toss coming right side. That's Cook. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Daniil Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 2nd down, Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Falcons on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
21. Gun. 54, south. There you go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught. Jones. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 67 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Cousins here to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.